So, good day. So, ang topic natin for today is design of compression member. So, compression member, a structural element which resists axial load towards the center of a constructional area. So, example of compression members are columns sa buildings, sa trusses, bridges, and braces, and frame structure. So, steel column is a vertical structure member used to used in construction to provide essential to support. They may carry loads in compression or they may be transfer load from things like beams, ceilings, floor slab, or roof slab to floor or foundation. So yung mga compression member, sila yung nagta-transfer ng load from the roof, transfer to beam, transfer to column, then transfer to foundation, or from flooring, the second floor, transfer to beam, to column, then foundation. So, meron tayong tatlong classification of columns. So, namely, short, intermediate, saka long column. So, short column usually fails by crushing very high stress levels, so that are above plastic limit, the column material. So, usually, itong ating ah short column, so nagfi-fail ito, hindi siya nagba-buckle. Kunyari, ah, na nagfi-fail ito using, usually kapag sa concrete, yung mga pedestal natin, nagka-crush sila agad. Ayan. Then, yung ating intermediate columns naman are structural member which some particles will reach yield stress and some will not. So, dito, makikita nyo yung intermediate column. So, medyo mas mahaba ito compare sa short column. So, makikita nyo dito sa ating figure, ito yung short column. Usually, ang nag-fail siya doon sa kanyang cross-sectional area. Then, ito, some of it doon sa intermediate column ay magbubakal. Ayan. So, while long column naman, will fail by buckling at stress level that are below the elastic limit of the column material. So dito yung long column kaiba niya sa intermediate column. So some nung particles nung column ay mag-yield, while si long column naman ay ang mode of failure naman niya, ang una niyang mag-govern ay is yung pagbabakal. So imagine natin yung isang pirasong broomstick or yung walis tingting. So, pagka press mo siya in both ends, so magbabakal siya agad. So, imagine nyo yung length versus the cross-sectional area niya. So, kapag ka konting force pa lang in-apply mo, nagbabakal na siya agad. While pagdating sa short column, kailangan mo pa magbigay ng malaking load bago siya mag-fade. So, punta naman tayo dito sa Euler's column buckling theory. So, Euler's theory of column states that the column behaves to resist buckling. Ayan. He stated that the end condition, so yung support at both ends of the column and flexural rigidity influence buckling. So, yun yung mga nagko-contribute doon sa buckle ng isang column. So, yung number one is yung end condition. So, one type of support. Then, number two is flexural rigidity nung column. Ayan. So, therefore, Euler's theory of columns can be used to calculate the buckling load of columns. So, critical after which the column buckles. So, formula, PCR is equal to pi squared EI over L squared. So, yung ating E dyan is the modulus of elasticity. Yung I is the moment of inertia and L squared is the length of the member. So, Euler critical stress. So, from axial stress formula. So stress is equal to P over A. So, substitute lang natin yung ating load na PCR dyan sa numerator. So, substitute lang natin dito yung value natin dito. Ayan, divided by A. Then, simplify natin ito. So, ibaba natin yung L squared doon sa denominator. Then, we can substitute radius of gyration since it is radius of gyration is equal to square root of moment of inertia over area. So, since ito ay naka-square root, you can square both sides. So, r squared is equal to I over A. So, yung I over A dito magiging equivalent to R squared na lang. So, R squared, ayan, over L squared. So, i-divide ko lang ito, both side by R squared, then magiging L over R squared, yung magiging denominator. So, yung L over R squared are yung ating L over R squared is the slenderness ratio. Pero bago yan, bago natin discuss yung slenderness ratio, we have to determine yung effective length. So, effective length, so it is the distance between the points of zero of curvature or moment. So, meaning ito yung length kung saan nagbabakil yung column. So the effective length affects the stability and condition of the compression member. So to counter these effects, so an effective factor K is used to modify the unbraced length. So yung unbraced length na tinutukoy dito, mamaya di-discuss natin. So yung ito yung formula kanina natin ng Euler critical stress. So, yung ating effective length, so yung length, hindi na length, gamitin natin yan. So, we need to multiply it by factor K. So, ayan, para maging, ito yung magiging effective length na natin. So, yung K times L over R is the slenderness ratio. So, discuss natin ano ba yung slenderness ratio. Slenderness ratio is the ratio of the effective length of the column to the least radius of gyration, yung R natin dito kanina. Ayan. For members design in compression, so the slenderness ratio is preferably should not exceed 200. Ayan. So, kailangan daw 200 lang yung maximum natin. So, ito yung mga values ng ng approximate values of effective length factor K, yung K natin. So, dito makikita nyo, buckle shape of column is shown by blue dash line. So, ito yung mga end condition. So, determine muna natin mga end condition. So, pagka ganito yung itsura, so sabi niya, pagka fix, ayan, rotation fix, then translation fix. So, hindi siya mag-rotate, hindi rin siya mag-move doon sa uh, ayan, left and right. So, dito naman, pin, then fix. Ayan. So, sa C naman, meron tayo dito fix pero yung translation niya ay free. Gaya nito. Ayan. So, sa bottom naman, ang kanyang support ay fix. Ayan. So, dito, pin ang taas. So, pin ang baba. Then, ito naman ay free sa taas. Then, ito ay fix. Ayan. Pagdating naman dito, ayan, fix na may, translation. Tapos, hinge dito sa baba. Ayan. So, ito yung mga fix, hinge, rotation free, diba? Translation is fixed kasi hindi natin nilipat yung yung hinge. Then ito ay rotation is fixed. Then translation is free. Pwede mag-move left and right. Then dito, rotation is free. Then translation is free. So, ito ay pwede mag-rotate, pwede din mag-move left and right. Ayan. So, theoretical K value. So, bakit 0.5? So, yung 0.5 dyan, dahil sabi natin nung kanina, sa effective length, so yung effective length natin is the distance between the points of zero curvature or the moment. So, pagdating dito, dahil fixed support siya dito, so, ang gagawin natin, 0.5 lang yung kanyang 0.5 lang yung distance ng length yung nagbabuckle. So pagdating naman dito, nasa 0.7 yung length yung nagbuckle. So pagdating dito naman sa C, so nasa 1 yung yung the whole length niya ay nagbabuckle. Pagdating naman dito, the whole length. Then pagdating dito, so pinoproject natin bakit? Pinoproject kasi natin na ito ay doble dito. Tutuloy pa. Parang ito yung pinaka gitna niya. So ipoproject natin ito. Tuloy dito. Kaya 2. Ganon din dito. So ipoproject natin doon. Papunta doon sa taas naman. Ganun. Parehas sila. So kaya 2 yung magiging value niya. So, base sa NCP, so 2015, 505, design of compression member. So, the design compressive strength P, C, so compression, PN, and the allowable compressive strength P over omega C. So, this is for ESD, this is for LRFD, are determined as follows. So, the nominal compressive strength Pn shall be the lowest value obtained according to the limit state of flexural buckling, torsional buckling, and flexural torsional buckling. So, ayan. Number 1, for doubly symmetric and singly symmetric members, the limit state of flexural buckling is applicable. So, for doubly symmetric and singly symmetric, yan. Ang applicable lang ay flexural buckling. Then for singly symmetric and asymmetric members and certain doubly symmetric members such as cruciform or built-up columns, ayan, the limit state of torsional or dalawa, flexure torsional buckling are also applicable. So yung value natin ng P tsaka yung omega the same with the tension member 0.9 and 1.67. So for compressive strength for flexural buckling members without slender element, yan. For compression member with compact and non-compact tension, the nominal compressive strength Pn shall be determined based on the given state of flexural buckling. So ito, Pn is equal to FCR-AG. Ayan. So the flexural buckling stress FCR is determined as follows. So we have two conditions muna. Number 1 is yung pag yung slenderness ratio niya ay less than or equal to 4.71 na square root ng E over Fy or Fe is greater than 0.44 ng Fy. Yan. So ito yung magiging formula natin ng flexural buckling stress. So kapag yung slenderness ratio natin ay mas mataas doon sa 4.71 nung square root of E over Fy or less than Fe no 0.44 Fy, yan. So yung formula natin is 0.877 Fe. So yung Fe natin, yung value ng Fe natin is equal to yung galing doon sa Euler's formula. So square root pi squared times E over yung slenderness ratio. So, we need to check muna yung value ng Fe bago tayo come up dito. So, check mo natin slenderness ratio, then compare it to sa first condition. Pag hindi siya pumasok dyan, matik dito na siya sa second. Kasi nga, pag ito ay greater than this one, dito na siya sa number 2. Ang gagamitin na formula is the FCR is equal to 0.877 Fe. So kapag less than naman siya sa value nito, so itong gagawin natin, FCR is equal to ayan. So 0.658 raised to Fy over Fe multiplied by Fy. So ayan. So example tayo. So meron tayo ditong built-up column in the figure below. Ito. Consists of 2 C375 by 75 bolted to a plate 400 mm by 12 mm. So the column length is equal to 4.5 meter long, and is hinged at both ends. Determine the LRFD design strength and the ISD allowable strength if the column is actually loaded. So use Fy is equal to 345 MPa. Properties, area gross 23,760 square millimeter. Moment of inertia with respect to x is 483.954. Then radius of gyration with respect to x 142.72 mm. Moment of inertia 392.107. Then radius of variation with respect to y is 128.46 mm. So modulus of elasticity equal to 200 GPa. So solution, we need to determine first yung ah K factor niya. Effective length K factor. Yan. And effective length factor K is equal to 1.0 based on table type D. So check na natin type D. Ayan, so hinge siya parehas. So theoretical K value is equal to 1.0. So balik tayo dito. So K natin is equal to 1.0. And solving for slenderness ratio for both axes sa X is equal to 1.0. Length is 4.5. Then Rx is 142.72 mm is equal to 31.53. Then slenderness ratio naman pagdating sa sa Y 1.0 multiplied by length niya 4.5 pa rin. Then yung kanyang radius of gyration with respect to Y is 128.26 is equal to 35.03. So based on uh, two values, so mas mataas yung value na si 35.03. So, bakit mas mataas sa value? So, pag mas mataas yung slenderness ratio, mas critical yung column. Kaya mas inam na gamitin natin yung malaking value. So, kung titignan din natin yung behavior ng ng formula ng slenderness ratio, the more na malaki yung value ng magiging numerator, mas lumalaki yung slenderness ratio. So, kapag mas mahaba yung length niya, mas prone siya doon sa slenderness ratio. Mas malaki yung magiging value ng slenderness ratio. Kaya, gamitin natin yung mas mataas kasi mas critical ito compared dun sa along X. So, check the condition requirement by the code. So, first condition, so yung slenderness ratio, kailangan mas less than siya doon sa 4.71 square root of E over Fy or Fe is equal to greater than 0.44 Fy. So, check muna natin yung slenderness ratio. Ito yung slenderness ratio natin. Solve natin itong 4.71. So, dito, ito yung formula niya, 4.71. Ang ating E is equal to 200 GPa. So, we need to convert it in MPa. So that pwede natin pag-divide dito sa 345. So, ang value niya is 113.403. Ayan, MPa. So, compare, sorry, unitless. So, compare it dun sa, sa value ng slenderness ratio dito. So, 35 lang compare it dun sa, mas malaki si, si 113 compare kay 35. So, therefore, yung first condition ay satisfied. So, we can use the formula FCR is equal to 0.658 raised to Fy over Fe multiplied by Fy. So, let's try to use this formula. So, ito yung formula. So, substitute natin formula. Fe is equal to phi squared over E divided by slenderness ratio. So, yung slenderness ratio na nakapit natin is 35.03. Then yung E is 200 GPa. So, we have the value of Fe is equal to 1608.6 MPa. So, substitute natin to sa formula ng ng FCR. So, ayan, multiplied by 345. So, we have the value of FCR equal to 315.38 MPa. Pero hindi pa yan yung ating ah, hindi pa yan yung ating strength. Kasi ano pa lang to, yung stress pa lang, critical stress. So, we need to determine the design strength. So, we need to solve for nominal capacity PN. Ayan, PN is equal to FCR over FCR is equal to PN over A. So, we need to equate it sa sa PN. Ayan. So, PN is equal to FCR multiplied by AG. Ayan. So, ang value nito, yung FCR natin kanina is 315 multiplied by AG. Ito yung AG natin, 23,000. Then, we need to convert it in kilonewton. So, since kasi ang ma-compute natin dito is in Newton kasi itong MPa is equal to Newton per millimeter squared. Then, yung ating area is millimeter squared. So, therefore, yung value dito is Newton. So, we need to convert it to kilonewton. So, 1 kilonewton is equivalent to 1,000 Newton. So, we have 7,493.428 kilonewton. So, we need to solve it. LRFD. So, P is equal to 0.9. PU max is equal to PN. So, multiply lang natin ng P, 0.9. Then, we have 7,644.085 kilonewton. So, this is our answer for LRFD design strength. So, for ASD naman, so yung ating na-compute na PN, we need to divide it 1.67. So, para mahanap na din yung allowable strength. So, allowable is equal to 7,493.428 divided by 1.6. So, we have 4,487.083. So, this is our answer for the allowable strength no column. So, example number 2 tayo. Meron tayong 7.5 meters na wide flange 300 by 143 mm column and is braced and supported as shown below. So the column is support an axial dead load of 1,200 kilonewton. Determine the maximum service axial live load that can be supported by the column. So use Fy is equal to 345 MPa and modulus of elasticity equal to 200 GPa. Area of the wide flange is equal to 18,200 square millimeter and the Rx is equal to 138 and Ry is 78.5 mm. So properties, nilista na natin dito. Then examine natin yung yung figure. So meron tayo x-axis, ang support niya ay hinge sa both sides ay both ends. So ang bakal nito is left and right. So pagdating naman dito sa top view and yung elevation view, meron tayo dito y-axis. So may hinge dun sa gitna. So dito yung support niya sa 4.0 from bottom, then 3.5 from the top. So ito ay hinge. So walang translation dito sa sa point na to. So meaning wakal to pag ganito so check natin. Solution. So ito yung yung orientation ng nung column. Bubakal siya dito. Ayan, so walang resistance along doon sa x-axis kundi yung walang resistance kundi yung yung no translation dito sa top and bottom. So what is the key value? So 1. So dahil hinge yan. So type D pa rin. So solve natin slenderness ratio. Ayan, 1 multiplied by 7.5 yung length niya Then yung kanyang radius of gyration along x 138. So value is 54.348. So check naman natin y-axis. So y-axis ganito yung pagbakil niya. So since anong movement dito sa point na to, so magbabakil lang yan dito sa part na yan, tsaka dito sa part na to. So theoretical value pa rin is 1.0 since ito ay hinge dun sa top bottom. Ito yung top ng isa, ito yung bottom ng isa. So dahil sa ano sa top, so 1.0, 3.5 divided by 78.5. Then kapag dito sa 0.0 naman, so ito yung value niya. So based on three calculation ng slenderness ratio, kung ano yung mataas siya yung mag-govern. Since dito, ito yung mag-govern. So since kasi mahaba yung kanyang length. Pero hindi lahat ng panahon ay nagbabase ka sa length. Minsan, yung strong axis nung ano ah, nung isang section, yun yung magpo-produce ng ano ng lesser backlink doon sa ano sa mode of failure niya since kasi nga nire-resist ng strong axis yung backlink. So check nyo din yung RY niya. So since mataas yung kanyang moment of inertia, so malaki yung value natin dito. So magiging lesser yung magiging slenderness ratio niya. So mas prone pa rin yung malaki. So kapag sa weak axis naman siya, example dito, ang weak axis niya ay ah, ito, itong part na to, sa Y. So yun yung weak axis niya, kaya mababa yung kanyang RY. So yun yung weak axis niya kasi maliit yung moment of inertia niya sa Y axis. So ayun. Pagka maliit, maliit din yung may ano value niya. So kapag malaki yung ano, yung slenderness ratio, so kahit sabi mo nasa strong axis siya, kung mahaba naman kasi yung like, magiging mag-govern pa rin siya. We need to check lagi yung numerical value ng slenderness ratio, not by observation lang. So we need to check kasi nga tulad dito, halos medyo magkakalapit yung value niya although yung length niya is 7.5. So although by observation, parang may kutob ka na ito yung mag-govern since malapit. Pero it depends pa rin dun sa section na yan. So, final tayo dito. Gamitin natin itong 54.348. So, we need to check the requirement of the code. So, first condition, ito, yung slenderness ratio. Check natin kung sa ba. So, ang value na dito is 113.403. Then, yung kanyang slenderness ratio is 54.348. So, satisfied. So, we can use the formula. But we need to solve muna yung FE. FE is equal to pi 200 yung GPAE over yung slenderness ratio squared. So, we have FE is equal to 668.29 MPa. So, ito yung formula ng ano no, FCR since satisfied yung first condition. So, we need to substitute yung ano, Fy 345, Fe is 668.29. So, multiplied by Fy ulit. So, we have value FCR is equal to 277.958 MPa. So, we have to solve na nominal Pn. Yan. Pn is equal to, so FCR multiplied by Ag. So, we need to convert it in kilonewton para yung value natin ay ma-simplify. So, 5,058.84 kilonewton yung ating Pn. So, we need to solve our Pu sa LRFD. So, 0.9 yung ating P. Pu max is equal to Pn. So, yung Pn na solve na natin. We need to solve it the Pu max. So, Pu max is equal to 4,552.956 kilonewton. So, we need to find the live load kasi live load yung hinahanap. So, using load combination of LRFD, so PUmax is equal to 1.2 PDL plus 1.6 PLL. So, given na ito yung ating PDL which is 1, 2. Yung PUmax na solve na din natin. Solve for PLL. So, ito. So, PUmax minus 1.2 PDL over 1.6. Ito yung value natin yung PUmax. 1.2 times 1.2 PDL divided by 1.6. So, we have the value of PLL is equal to 1,945.598 kilonewton. Ito yung answer natin. So, we need to solve it again using ESD naman. So, ito pa rin yung ating PN na solve natin kanina. So, we need to solve the P allowable, PA max. Ayan. So, PN over omega. Omega natin is 1.67. So, solving. So, PA max is equal to 3,029.246 kilonewton. So, we need to find PLL, losing load combination for ESD. So, PA max is equal to PDL plus PLL. So, meron tayong value ng PA max. Ito. Meron din tayong value ng PDL, which is 1, 2. Yan. So, solving for PLL. So, ito yung ating value ng PA max. Ayan. Ito yung value ng PDL. Minus lang natin yan. So, we have the value of PLL is equal to 1,829.246 kilonewton. And that's our answer for maximum live load for using ASD method. So, review natin yung ating LRFD is 1.9. So, halos hindi nagkakalayo. Ating ayan, live load sa ESD. So, for your activity, so try to solve this LRFD using LRFD and ASD method. So, the column is actually loaded. Use Fy is equal to 400 MPa. Ito yung properties ng section. You need to find yung maximum value of P or compressive force na kayang i-resist nito. So, you need to identify ano yung K na dapat natin gamitin. So, ito ay fixed na transitional free. Tapos ito ay hinge, meaning rotation is free and transitional is fixed.